Okay. For example, what is your first name? You say my first name is something like
Oh,
that.
I see.
Yeah. So just tell me what is your name?
Oh, Julius. Julius Eichler.
Okay. And where are you from?
I was in, from, oh,
You
oh,
can
you
just
want
look
me to
at.
look in there?
Yeah.
Okay. I was born in Christianople, Poland,
Uh huh.
in 1922.
1922.
Right. We lived a little town. Let's see, how many people were there? About 300 families.
Were they all Jewish families?
I'm talking about Jewish families.
All Jewish families.
Yeah,
What was the size of the whole? Was the whole town about 300 people?
300 families.
300 families. Okay.
300 families. It could be 5 or 6 people in a family. In those days, they had a lot of kids.
Yeah.
Oh, I would say around 2,500 people.
20. Can you tell me just a little bit about going way back in time when you were growing up, thinking about the town? What was the town like when you were just a child? When you were, what are your first
Okay.
memories of Krasnodar?
First memories when I was a child, we had, it's a closed town, a closed knit town.
Excuse me.
It
I'm
was,
sorry.
it was located, the city, it was built like both sides houses. In the middle was a big road, which in fact they used to take when the farmers from the outer town used to drive their cattle through the pasture. They used to go through the town. The cows and all those go right through the town. And there was a sidewalks on both sides. And the people like the younger people used to go spazieren, came at night, like 6, 7 o'clock at night. In a summer night, people used to sit on their chair in front of their houses. The elder people watch the younger people go by, walking back and forth. In fact, there was a couple guys that used to like go a boy with a girl. He had a mandolin. He used to play with it. It was really, it was really a lively town. It was a happy town, and a little bit down there was already the houses which they have gardens behind them, like your great grandmother Elke. She had a garden, and there was next door was also a family. He had around what? He had around 6, 7 kids. They had a garden. They had chickens, and in fact, his son was my boyfriend. He used to have pigeons. They used to raise pigeons. And we had fun. We had fun. It was a fun town. Then, of course, when you're a youngster, what I remember, they used to go to Cheder. From my early years, we used to have a belfer. When I was 3 years old, the guy used to come to your house, dress you, and take you to Cheder. If it was raining, he used to carry you to Cheder. It was only 3, 4 blocks. It wasn't too far.
Wow.
But they used to go on. He used to get me a Cheder. Used to go on the clock like 9 o'clock to Cheder. You stay there till 12, 1 o'clock. Then you go home. That's when you're 3, 4 years old.
Huh.
And then later on, of course, when you start school, you were 6 years old. You start first grade. So we had where we lived. Let's see. You had Jules, for instance.
How many shuls were in the city?
A lot of them. As many Jules you had them in any corner, like you have your gas stations. You had the Hasidische Shul. You had the real Orthodox Shul. You have the more modern shul, like, the shul which they used to go, the guys, let's see, it was one big shul. In that big shul was 4 different shuls, which it was different kind of people that joined in. Like, let's see, One was called the Schneider shul. Mostly, you know, the workers. But Schneiders and Schiesters belonged to that shul. And Stollers, you know Stoller, you know what Stoller is?
No.
Stoller is a furniture maker. They belonged to that shul. And then you had the more middle class. They were the old clique. They're like cliques, you know what I mean? And I remember my father come Shabbos when we come from shul. His and his buddies used to come in the house, and we had a shot of whiskey with a bissel liquor, and then they talk politics, and then everybody goes to his house, and we sit down. You have your meal, and in fact, I'll never forget. He always, a lot of times, he used to send me to a place where they sold. It belonged to. In fact, he was the mayor, the Jewish mayor from the Jewish community. He had like a bar, but in Shabbos you don't take any geld. So when he ran short of whiskey, he used to send me over there. It was only around 5 blocks. I used to go over and bring him a little bottle of whiskey, or the guys used to have that shot of whiskey. They were all a happy-go-lucky family.
Was Krasnopolia, was it a wealthy town or was it a poor?
Krasnopolia was a very wealthy town. Everybody was, there was very few poor people, no, very few, not too many. And it was a big, because we had a big railway station. In the railway station, Krasnopolia Vokzal used to go. We used to come there. They had places like some trains went to Sokol, and Lvov was the opposite direction. Some went to Mostovelki, so it was some went to Ravaruska. It was a big railway station which trains depart in different directions to Poland. That was a big. That was a big thing in Krasnopolia. It was an industry too. We had what do you call, sawmill, belonged to Juden. It was Jewish. What was his name? I forgot the name.
Did it employ a lot of Jewish people? The sawmill, was that the biggest employer?
Biggest, yeah, that was the biggest. It was there was 2 of them. They both belonged to Jewish people. One was a bigger one was a smaller one. 2 sawmills we had. Then you had what do you call, but you make like for sewers from cement. What do you make the old? What do you call those? What you put sewers in? Stone.
Oh, the pipes, you mean?
The pipe, yeah. From, you know, not steel. It's from in bricks. They used to make bricks and, you know, to build houses and everything else. That also belonged to Jewish people.
I see.
And there was little stores right down the main street. Was Ellie's store, it was Moshe Yossel's store. They had different, each one, you know, when you were a kid, you go to buy your groceries there, for instance. You don't pay. You buy, comes end of the week, you're paying for the whole week.
So it was on a trust,
always, yeah. Out a little book, you used to write down a pound of sugar, a half a dozen of eggs, this and that, and then your father came back Friday. He takes him in the money and he pays.
What do you know? Do you remember the elders in the town talking about in the olden days when they were older, how the town was back when they were growing up?